Welcome to the DeFi Standard, and this is Mickey B. Fresh. And today I got with me a very special guest, Nurgle, who is part of the visual team at Sparkles NFT and the creator of the Superbad NFT series. So welcome to the show.
Yeah, great to be here, and thank you for having me.
So let's kick this off with giving the audience and some of the viewers a little background about yourself and how did you learn to actually draw art, and what really drove you to create NFTs in general in this space?
Well, I suppose it all started when I was a kid. I used to draw little stick wars, having grown up with films like Star Wars and TV shows like Battlestar Galactica. I used to draw like little stick ships for the Vipers and circles for the Cylons, and draw little lines as if firing at each other to blow each other up. My granddad, God bless his soul, was a great inspiration to me, teaching me perspective with street scenes. And he actually made me and my old brother a wooden desk that you could attach a reel of lining wallpaper to and roll it to get a clean surface to draw on, which was pretty cool. He always wanted me to follow my talent into the world of art in any shape or form. But I suppose my earliest memory of actually drawing that sticks out would be when I was about 11 years old, and we were studying Leonardo da Vinci. We were given a book to take home from work, and the image that stuck out was this wrinkly old man on the cover. And I actually copied it onto the back of my history book. It was the first portrait I'd ever done, really. And the teachers and my family saw it and were shocked at how much detail I put into it using my trusty HB pencil. And my love for drawing just grew from there, really. Seeing others' appreciation of something you create, it's a nice feeling. It's something that once you have experienced it, it never leaves you. And I'm always wanting to get better and create more and really push myself to see where, or even if I have limits. And I mean, moving on from this, I joined Sparkles and of course got into creating NFTs.
Yeah, that's so cool to have family supporting you like that, and to have that drive for something that you have a passion for, that you really enjoy at a young age, and then you just get better and better at it. And in the Songbird space, you've become very well known for your NFT collections. You did the Sparkles Genesis Birds, and then of course, the successful 2 drops of the Superbad Seeds and the Superbad Babies. What do you put your success towards those from? Is it your history and background, or was it something else that really made those so successful within Songbird's NFT community?
Yeah, well, I think it's a bit of everything, really. The main answer would be Sparkles themselves, I think. Without the trust of the team to put a collection together, without the team having faith in my own skill and letting me create, I wouldn't have the platform to create my own collection, or the confidence, really. I owe it to my forever Sparkles fame, you could say.
Yeah, that's one thing I always liked when the first time I heard of Sparkles NFT being community built, and it was created by the community as a bunch of community artists that saw that Flare was going to really focus on NFTs, and it was going to be able to produce low gas fees that Ethereum doesn't have, but with the same type of smart contracts and ERC standards that everyone is used to. So what got you actually to join Sparkles NFT? Were you there from the beginning?
Yeah, pretty much. There was a call for people I saw on Twitter to help out on a new project working on the Flare network. And having been into crypto since around 2018, just after the crash, I was, of course, roped into the XRP community with thoughts of making some mega money. Didn't pan out. The snapshot for Spark tokens brought me to Flare, and I think it was just a case of being in the right place at the right time. I emailed back Naz, who's one of the founders, whose Twitter call made me come along with a few others, and Sparkles was literally born from the community. We hadn't met each other, we had never worked together or anything, and the marketplace, as it was at the moment, is still in early alpha testing on the Songbird Network. There's nothing short of amazing what we've all achieved. It's a solid team full of professionals in there. I mean, their own fields, we've got accountants, lawyers, business managers, developers. There's so much talent within the team. It's unbelievable how we started, to be honest.
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing. And I think that's something the community sometimes doesn't really recognize, of what happens behind the scenes and what it takes for these developer teams, from developing protocols to developing NFTs and arts and all the different types of positions that you need, and types of creators to create the type of content that goes into designing these NFTs. And the ones from the Superbad series have been exceptionally well received by the community. So what's next for Sparkles, and that they have brought out for a few hints with the defenders of the metaverse? So if you could go into that a little, of what's next on the horizon here.
Yeah, well, JBab's created a whole sort of metaverse law, including all the shareholders of Sparkles themselves. So they'll be bringing out individual characters and stuff like that. And it's created some really cool concept art, and there's big plans for it. But nothing I can disclose at the moment. The guys at Sparkles want to keep that pretty close to their chest. The defenders of the Metaspark will be something pretty amazing, though. That I can tell you.
Wow, can't wait to hear for what's next coming from the Superbad series, because it's at this point, it's became a brand and now recognized. And just the fact that, Songbird, has bootstrapped off the XRP community, it has its own community. And we are very large on a network that, hasn't really been fully built out yet. So it's great that we have this community. And it's the hardest thing, I think, really for networks to achieve, that we have that at this moment. So what's next for the Superbad series going forward here?
Yeah, well, we've had 2 successful mints. The seed sold out in 25 hours, I believe, which was, I think I had COVID during that. So I was sort of half comaed, half in bed, half out of bed, trying to find out what was going on. And I was really ill, but the lads really dug deep and got it done. And then the baby's been a bigger mint, sold out in 3 hours, which was a very humbling and exciting experience. I mean, having been part of 3 successful mints is incredible. And there is a ton more to come from the Superbad series. The next drop will be the mutants. I'm pushing the boundaries of my own art creation, trying to infuse evolution into the theme, and of course the artwork too. The mutants are a little darker, of course, than the cartoony stuff I've been doing. And we have a massive announcement for the monsters, which will be the 4th and final drop in the first true phase of the Superbad series.
Wow, sweet, announced away. So let's see it.
Yeah, let's play a video promo we made to make the first place this announcement has been made as a special treat for the listeners of the MBF channel.
Yes, this is a special announcement that you're getting right here, right now. Wow. So you've managed to bag a Marvel artist to create the monster's artwork for the super bad monster drop. How did that come about, and how were you able to find that type of talent and somebody at that level? How did that come about?
Yeah, it took I will say months of negotiations trying to get a well-established artist into this NFT space and crypto. I mean, fear of the unknown was a big hurdle. Talk of not getting paid, talk of money laundering, just all-round fear of the space we take for granted in crypto were huge walls. But finally, he did agree to join the team for the monster drop, and I actually know him from going out with his niece many years ago. So I almost had an in. You know what I mean? I've been up to his studio in London and seen him work before when I was much younger. And he's an incredible artist. He's one of the few people I think I would trust to actually take over a series like this that I'm doing personally myself, and people who like my artwork, and try and bring something a little bit different, a little bit special into it. But and the monsters will only be airdropped to the holders of previous artwork. So there's no mint available for this drop. If you own any of the super bad series art, you will get dropped an equal amount of Martin's monster work.
So that's super awesome and exciting. So now for all those who are collectors, now you will be rewarded with some of this amazing art and development for the super bad series. You heard it here, folks, a genuine Marvel artist in the space on the Flare Network.
Yeah, we really wanted to reward our collectors with something special from someone special. And he's more well known for things like Thundercats and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles back in the early 80s and early 90s. As I grew up in that time and had so much respect for him as an artist, I mean, his work in the Marvel UK world, working with legends such as Alan Moore, who wrote The Watchmen, for God's sake. I mean, he's also worked with people I still read now, like Dan Abnett, who wrote Eisenhorn and Ravenor, some of my favourite books from the Black Library Warhammer 40k series.
And would that explain your name, being a Warhammer fan?
Yes, indeed. Growing up, we didn't have computers like you do now, no mobile phones, etc. My first memory of a computer is a Spectrum 16K, I think, and a tape game called Space Invaders, which took forever to load. Growing up without the tech we have today, yeah, I guess we were always outside and playing. As we grew up older, me and my friends would look for ways to keep ourselves busy. We progressed into Warhammer, and indeed, for that creative outreach, started collecting and painting them little lead figures that you used to get at Warhammer 40k. To be honest, I was always a collector of Tzinch, but I doubt most people would be able to pronounce that. And if it was a demonic god of change, and I like the creatures and seem to have the ability to change my style to suit any situation. My friend was a lover of Nurgle figures and had a huge collection. The demonic god of plague. I quickly realised as another creative out, I could draw weird stuff like Nurgle characters. Enjoyed drawing in that strange style. The name just grew from there, really. My weird art.
Well, talking of weird art, why did you choose the numbers 666 for the super bad Genesis seed mints? And also having, I guess you just described why the name Nurgle came about. Is there something going on here? Where did the 666 come from?
Oh man, yeah. Hindsight is a great thing. Being named after a demonic god of plague and choosing those numbers are not related. Although I can imagine how it looks from the outside. The numbers are actually part of my love of numerology. Something like having been a huge fan of Tesla when growing up, seeing how he made his own way in life without caring about the thoughts of others, proclaiming the numbers 3, 6, and 9 were the key to the universe. It's all to do with vortex math and not knowing, and not anything like a secret satanic cult or anything. I first realised my use of numbers may look weird in a sit down with Dan, the CEO from Network. He questioned my choices, and I hadn't even made a connection, to be honest. The series 666 to mint 999 are all base primes of the numbers 3, 6, and 9. Let me explain a little bit. So if you take the number 666 to get the base prime number, you'd have to add 6, 6, and 6. So 6, 12, 18. And then to get the base prime, you'd have to add the 1 and 8 to get a single digit. So the 1 and 8 becomes then the 9. And that would be one of the 3 keys to the universe, 3, 6, or 9. And that's throughout our whole collection. It was never about any other use of the numbers in any other way. It's just the vortex math to try and get this keys to the universe. So to get a base prime, you need 1 digit. So if you do any of our collection, for instance, let's try the babies, even the price, 888 is 8, 16, 24, 2 and 4 is 6, one of the keys to the universe. And also the amount we minted, 3333. You go 3, 6, 9, and 12. 1 plus 2 is 3. There you go. You've got the 3 number. And that's pretty much throughout the whole collection. Doesn't matter if it's the 10,665 monsters that get dropped. If you add them up, they come to 1 plus 0 plus 6 plus 6 is 13 plus 5 is 18. Add the 1 and the 8, 9.
Wow, that's so impressive that is actually the backstory and how much detail and mathematical knowledge and the inspiration from Tesla that went into that. I hope people now spread that knowledge around, because when you see 666, it instantly goes to like the demonic side. But it shows how there's meaning behind the NFTs, the way that they're created, the method that they're created, and the actual amounts that are created. So I think that actually makes a lot of sense, and it shows the forethought of the process in making the series that I didn't know about, and I'm sure many of the community out there didn't know. So you really have thought about something like the numbers you use in the collection more than I had thought, and at least the community has. Whether there are secrets of the universe or not, I'm not sure.
Yeah, me neither, but I thought it was cool, and it was a big part of my thought process. So we chucked it in there and thought it'd be cool. And then, as I said, with that meeting with Dan, the CEO of Network, he brought it up, and I was like, oh, yeah, didn't think of it that way.
Now, I think it's really important to have something like that behind what the team all understands, and something that is, the 369, the prime numbers of the universe, and everyone recognizes Tesla. I think that's super cool, just personally. So what's coming up next for the Superbad series, and what makes this collection so special, and why should people collect artwork of it?
Well, yeah, I mean, people should only collect artwork if they like the artwork first. Have some sort of trust in myself and the team to move forward for the community and grow a successful collection. We have a few things lined up in the coming months. We will increase our participation with the community. I will be doing monthly AMAs where people can literally ask me anything, including Vortex Math and and why I'm called Nurgle and stuff like that. Live streaming, and hopefully we can watch us build some cool stuff in Zerfcraft.
Yeah, no, I'll be looking forward to that. And I think it's great engaging with the community. The fact that, a community has a lot of different roles, a lot of different influences, a lot of different types of community members. And we all come together to make one vast community that grows and attracts others. So you'll attract other artists and other NFT creators into the ecosystem as well. And I think that's just a healthy environment that we've been able to do this on Songbird. So speaking of Zerfcraft, what is Zerfcraft, if you could explain for the viewers?
Yes, Zerfcraft. It's some sort of cool Minecraft world where you can purchase land on the XRP ledger and build things. So I've already purchased my land. I've got a nice big slab of land down in the bottom left-hand corner of the world map, and I'll be building a huge S Sparkles logo and a super bad base with limited skills. Of course, I will try and make them look as good as possible, but the elite realism team is there if you need to hire them, I believe. But it will give something for the people to watch whilst I stream and hopefully answer some questions, which is the main point. They don't want to be just looking at my face all the time as I waffle on. Hopefully, it's just another platform for me to connect with the fans and collectors of the art I produce as well. Community engagement is paramount to a successful collection. Without the community behind you, you will never create a successful collection. I'm humbled and proud of the team and the community for following me and buying the artwork. I always try and pay it back to them, and Zerfcraft is one way to do that.
No, I absolutely agree. I think giving back to the community is super important, and sharing your art and your creativity with the community and with other artists, and um, encouraging others to also have talent, that have the ability to create NFTs and create collections, but maybe don't have the confidence. And I think when they see others like you and Sparkles NFT, what they're doing, it's going to bring more of this creativity out of a new generation of artists. Now, the cross-platform here with the XRP ledger, and actually building on Sparkle's logo on the XRP ledger, I think is really interesting, since we're a cross community and we're always kind of going to be, the XRP community is always going to be part of Flag. I think that's really cool. You think there's any chance we could get a Mickey B. Fresh bull statue on the XRP ledger there?
Of course, yeah, that'd be dope, man. I can certainly set aside a piece of land on my own section and get a huge bull statue to say thank you for the MBF patrons and listeners to your channel.
Thank you. I just had to throw that out there. Yeah, but I think this whole idea of metaverse and owning parts of digital land is going to be interesting developments in the future. And how do you see where the NFT space and the metaverse kind of either converge, or do they kind of diverge in a way? Like, what is your outlook on the future of those two spaces right now that are very immature and nascent, but they're catching a lot of attention from the masses and from the crypto communities?
Yeah, I mean, even Zerfcraft being like a Minecraft type thing, I mean, that's going to be huge, I reckon. They're going to get people jumping all over this and buying bits of land and building whatever they want. But the same goes with the metaverse. Once you get a piece of land in the metaverse and the thing goes live, you've got unlimited potential of what you can actually build on it and what you can actually do. There's all sorts of stuff you can open up online shops and purchases, and you could do NFT collections, you could galleries. There's all sorts of things, even training. I mean, the metaverse goes to such a point that you could open a university and you could literally go in the university and learn how to become a doctor of some sort. That's how and where the metaverse is going to be going. Eventually, maybe all online training will be done through the metaverse. You just never know.
Yeah, it's amazing. And even when I hear people like and sees the potential here of where it could go, is that some actual places that we can go in a digital form. So do you see what's going on there on the XRP ledger as a early metaverse? I guess is the way I'm trying to
thing.
the Minecraft.
Yeah, the Zerfcraft. Yeah, the Zerfcraft thing. I think it definitely it's like a lower resolution sort of metaverse. I mean, the say Network, for instance, that's going Unreal Engine 5, so that's going to be outstanding. But the Minecraft one is just as good. Minecraft's very popular. I mean, you just need the Minecraft Java edition, which is about 15 quid. Load it up, join the Discord server for the details of the world. They've created and pop in, have a look. There's lots of projects who have partnered up already. The Elite Realism team have built some incredible places to visit. An X-Parrot Temple, for example, or an X-Whales cruise ship, or X-Rooms Land, or LGFO team, or we're crazy now already. I mean, it's literally just sort of started building out, and it is amazing and already what people have done. And the Elite Realism team, so many people and partnerships building there. We're in a queue to partner up, but it all takes time. It all takes time.
So you mentioned Dan from Network. What's the deal with that? And their network, and their token has definitely taken off and got a lot of attention. So can you talk to us a little about what's going on with your relationship with Network and Dan?
Yeah, we've reached out to Network. As again, I don't know if he accused us of being a satanic cult, but he definitely brought it up in the in the conversation, which I was shocked. But as we said, exactly the same what I said today. We're more like Tesla's numbers and the keys to the kingdom, keys to the universe. I'm producing some concept art for the buildings at the moment because we have already bought a piece of land and we've also bought a roadster as well. We will continue to chat with Dan. We did announce that we purchased land for a video and roadster created by none other than John Park. I believe we've done that. He was a famous designer in the world. It just looks so cool. So we grab something. Yeah, be hoping we can do something like allow holders of our artwork to take it for a spin. That'd be cool. Lots of work to do, but it's a first step into the metaverse and hopefully show our collectors that we're serious about continuing the series. We're committed to carrying on developing stuff for the fans. So hopefully they'll love that, and hopefully it makes the artwork more collectible moving forward, giving back to the community whenever we can, really.
Absolutely. And one thing that, I've noticed, and it sounds like you have plans lined up that you know exactly where you want to take the series, which I think is a great thing for collectors to hear for Superbad, that there's a plan in place, you have ideas, you've been buying land. It's not just creating random, projects for no reason. There's a story behind them, there's meaning, and there's a direction. And I think that is important for all types of projects, but especially for those who are collectors of the Superbad series.
It is, and we have big plans. Big ambitions. In my head, I have the next several stages we need to do and achieve to create value within a collection. We have to take it slower than I wanted to because of the price crash of Songbird. It's kind of restricted what we can achieve in a shorter time span. Funding is always important, but we're working through it. A lot of stuff is being done in-house now rather than offering work out, which just means I'm busy for the next bloody 4 years probably. But the next step is drop the mutants. That will be either on Songbird or Flare, depending on launch of the mainnet. I'm guessing, and it's just to get the guess, that mutants will be on Songbird, but we'll hold off the monsters to be on the Flare, to be honest. Baby steps. We have Martin now doing the monsters, which takes a lot of pressure off of me to keep creating collections. It allows me to branch out and use my skills elsewhere to promote and create this bad series, including moving into the metaverse type of thing.
I think that's amazing, moving into the metaverse. And now we just got news that, Flare has progressed on their roadmap to implementing a state connector system. And, it looks like that Flare is going to launch, it looks like around midsummer, roughly, is the timeline that we're looking at. So creating NFTs and having this ability to be able to start and build the community, build a fan base, build a marketplace, and do all this on Songbird, I think has just been a great advantage for all of us. Everyone who's part of the XRP community, we've been able to, given the keys to the kingdom here, have these networks built for us that have smart contracts that can be used just like Ethereum. And these great, amazing creators come out like you and develop these very creative products. And then something like Sparkle's NFT comes along, which allows a marketplace to develop with a native token like Songbird. But it is unfortunate with the price of Songbird. Do you think that on Flare that will be minimized more so than it is on Songbird with SGB when it first launched?
Yeah, one would hope so. No one's ever got a crystal ball, though. They can't tell what the future's going to bring. But I think Flare will be more stable, definitely, for sure.
Mm-hmm. I think so, too. Well, this interview has been super insightful, and it's been a pleasure talking to you about these things. We've covered a lot in a short time span, and I want to thank you for taking the time to come on my stream and give us a sneak peek of the future of Nurgle and the Superbad.
You are most welcome, and thank you for having me here today. I hope everyone listening has a little better understanding of myself and what we are about at Superbad and what we're trying to do.
Excellent stuff, Nurgle. That was Nurgle from Sparkles and the Superbad series, and I'm Mickey B. Fresh, and I'm out.